I'm also sensing that, with that card, that those upcoming 2 weeks of eclipse can be quite dramatic for you. It's like this telenovela drama, but not just coming from your person and that lack of consistency, but coming from you as well. So really observe your behavior, right? Because they're going to be doing things. Remember what we said. No one has the power to make us feel it's us. It's us, it's our expectations, our judgments, our shadows, our demands, our entitlement, us wanting things to be a certain way instead of just submitting to the flow of life. And be careful, because I'm hearing that with that card as well, I'm feeling that things may be said that you later are going to regret that. If it's truly a soul connection, you're meant to reflect certain things to each other. You have a soul contract to teach each other how to be your best self, your divine self. And you affect them too. And in the beginning of this journey, we are in a place of ego. So we only feel like I'm the one who's hurting. I'm the one who's abandoned. I'm the one who's being ghosted. I don't deserve this. But what you do, what you say, even unwillingly triggers them too, because you reflect their wounds to them as well. And sometimes, when we are, I always say this, in a true divine love connection, we will never say things. It's like it's encoded in our blueprint, right? That you love this person. No matter what they do to you, your soul remembers that they're you, right? So we will never say things that are very, like abusive. It's like you or this person, you will never stand like in front of each other, you little, right? It's never going to happen, because something, especially masculines, it's like there's something within them. They remember that they are your protectors, that they are your providers, that they are your masculine, even though they're not there yet, and it may be years since they will be, but it's in their blueprint. So I always say this: if there's a element of really like offending each other and being abusive physically, mentally, it's not it, because we're incapable of doing that. But we can say in angry moments things that are, really offensive, things that are really hurtful. And I'm hearing this for you, so maybe you have that tendency, so just be careful, because as you heal, obviously at one point as we heal, things are always forgiven, but there's certain things that we cannot take back. Sometimes it's better just to really be quiet. Let's clarify, and then we're going to do some shadows. Seduction. Higher commitment, eternity, partnership, union, completion. I feel like this is what you want. And maybe this is it's the temptation. Maybe this is what you also use. It's like you would feel that that your passion with this person is uncanny. It's sort of a one of the characteristics of the connection. I never mention it when I list the characteristics, because people often confuse it and don't understand it. People don't really, if you haven't been through it, how on earth will you know, right? So oftentimes there's so many women who are in karmic connections and they say the passion is uncanny. With karmic, it's really intense as well, the sexuality, the passion, right? But what we're often forgetting is that, and we say this all the time in these readings, your karmic is able to entice you with this, right? This is why sometimes they go back to their karmics. Because in the blueprint of your soul that remembers that this is the other half of me, this is my divine, this won't fly. This won't fly because it only repels the soul. Soul wants pure connection, pure love. Soul wants freedom. And this, manipulations and temptation. So there's a reason I'm thinking about this. Maybe you're using this sometimes to get this. To get promises, to get certain commitment. You're using your passion and your connection. Don't do that. Subconsciously and knowingly, they will always feel that. You know this like it was like a reel or like a thing that was repetitive on TikTok like years ago, I think, like a while ago. You cannot hold a man that doesn't want to be held. Did you know what I mean? You cannot keep a man that doesn't want to be kept. No seduction. No true love. True love. You cannot keep anyone who doesn't want to be kept. This is why on this journey we learn unconditional love, and we learn that it comes with freedom, especially that our masculines, they usually have wounding related to this, and they usually like they horrified, they mortified. It's what they fear most, that a woman will take advantage of, you know, the passion that they have for her to entrap them. I'm hearing also, we have mirror. I'm hearing also social media. So if you may be posting things, you know, like to like seduce, don't do that. So their ego may be, you know, like momentarily pulled by it, but their soul will always be repelled, because the mission of the soul of your masculine is to help you remember who you are, to respect yourself, to love yourself, to put yourself first. We have mirror again, and that's on top of that. That's on top of that card. Remember what we said. So what do I say to you? Whatever you say about your divine, and it goes both ways, masculine, feminines. The masculines often talk about us too, when they deny the connection, when they afraid how much they desire us, how much they want us, how strong the feeling for us is. They oftentimes go to their friends and right? Whatever you say about your counterpart, you're truly thinking about yourself. Analyze it all. Think about it all. Your mirrors. It's you. It's literally the other half of you stuck in another body. So whatever you think of them, you're truly thinking of yourself. Because once you're healed, when you are approaching union, or you already are in union, you will one day understand that you're just one. You're made of same clay. You're literally like same. Obviously, you have different traits of character. We're sovereign beings, right? We've been through different experiences. We're masculine and feminine, but we're literally so same. So same. So whatever repelled you on or in that person is what truly must exist within you as well. Maybe in different setting, maybe in different, you know what I mean? But on a core level, it exists. We have backstabbing. We have passion as well. There's a lot of passion in here, and we have the ship, so that's moving away, moving forward. I'm hearing a couple of things with this. So you definitely, it's going to be dramatic. A lot of dramatic things will happen. I feel you know, you will get disappointed. Try to, I know it's not easy on this level, but really try not to expect anything. Really not expect anything. Focus on, what are you accepting? Why am I accepting these things? Why am I accepting breadcrumbs with no tangible proof that this person has changed, and then I'm complaining that I was backstabbed, and then I'm in pain again? Listen, I say this with no judgment. I've been there. That's the reason I'm sitting right here, right now. It's hard. The passion is uncanny. The pull of the other soul, it's like you really put all your values and self-love in a bin, because you would do anything to be with them, even for 10 minutes. For the feminines, what the masculines also don't understand in the beginning, but they will reach that moment in later stages of the journey, not being next to this person, it causes literally physical pain within us. The pain, the shadows, the activation, the Kundalini awakening, it all happening at once. It not having them around, it causes physical pain sometimes. And it's really brutal. This is why we would do anything to go back. This is why sometimes, you know, we ask and we beg. We put ourselves in a situation where we are humiliated as a woman, as a female. I know it's hard, but it will never change until the point you will realize that you're allowing this. I feel this eclipse will really try to illuminate this to you, that it's you that has to change. Remember, on a spiritual level, on the level of the soul, we lead the way. We lead the way. So you have to go through certain things first for him to follow. You have to, with that passion, you know what I always say? That energy is uncanny for us, but it's the feminine that has to learn to raise that energy to the level of the heart. To say that will not exist without love, without respect. I feel you may have, because of the drama, because confirmation, because of things that will be happening, I feel like in this eclipse you may have moments of saying, I don't want this, I want to walk away from this. I'm hearing maybe even, like block and delete. I've said this to our masculines. This eclipse is teaching us to rest, not to quit. You cannot quit on this journey. I've said this many times. You can watch the last channel message that I posted. You cannot, because you cannot run from yourself. You cannot run from yourself. You have to heal. I feel like you really will want to cut ties. Oh, and I've mentioned this in one of my previous readings. I can't remember. I don't want to be like, go and watch all the previous readings. But if you ever consider cutting cords, cutting ties, energetic ties, don't. It is such a bad karma. Whoever claims to be a spiritual teacher who deals with twins and offers this to you, charlatan. It's one of the worst karma that you can collect for yourself. You can really F off your entire timeline, abundant timeline. Don't do it. I don't want to go into this. If you're really someone you're thinking about this, come on session, we'll discuss this, but just don't do it. Trust me when I say this to you. Do not do this. It's the worst karma. It's you. It's like cutting off the other. First of all, it's not going to work. It's always going to get rebuilt, right? But it's like intentionally cutting the other part of you. No. Just rest. Take a rest. Yes, you can say, you know what, until the end of next month, I don't want to think about this person. If you feel like it, if it's really so intense to you, you can delete them and block them on your phone. And I don't think it's ever, something that we should be doing, but sometimes it gets so intense on this journey that's you wanna break. You're probably not gonna hold for much, but yeah. Let's see the shadows that will come through. What is it that you need to be mindful of in those weeks? Yeah. Oh. None of it is a surprise. We have a lot of healing cards in here. Okay. We have your first card is number 43. Connect to a mentor. Now, I want to explain this to you guys, although I talk about this often. On this journey, right? I always say this so people don't think that I'm come to me on sessions. I really couldn't care less. Who is meant to be working with me, we are forever connected from the day we were born with golden threads, right? You will find me. You will resonate with my energy, you will want to work with me. So whether you choose me or someone else, as long as you make sure it's an actual healer who has healed themselves, because you would not believe how many still distorted or, even feminists, but yet on a journey, not an inner union, who will project only their own wounds onto you are out there, right? There's a lot of charlatans out there. So as long as you make sure that you're working with a feminine who's been through this journey, who isn't in a union, who is healed, and what's important, who is meant to work with twin flames, because I always say this to you guys, not all divine feminines will end up talking about twin flames and working with twin flames. Some of you will become teachers, artists, shamans, completely irrelevant, right? No one in like an external, right, will even know that you are a twin, right, a part of a whole. So make sure you work with the right person. But I cannot stress enough how much working with a mentor is going to help you. Doing your shadow work, having regular sessions with someone who will be able to walk you through this for two reasons. One is because this journey is so rare that literally most of us don't have any friend, anyone to talk about this journey, right? And it's really difficult to go through this. It's an incredible gift, this journey, but it's also a very huge challenge, right? Challenge of all your lifetimes to really reach that inner peace, to really reach that union, right? So it's really important. And the other reason is that there is so much nonsense out there. It's like your mentor will help you to navigate. It will help you to find peace on this journey. It will help you to go through the hardest moments. It will help you to understand what this journey is about, right? I myself cannot imagine conquering this journey without working on a regular basis with mentors. I had sessions every 2 weeks when I started. And to be honest, I admit that I would have had sessions every week if it hadn't been for the fact that I literally couldn't afford that at that moment, right? It is sometimes a matter of, finances too. But minimum once a month, work with someone. This person will help you. I cannot imagine going through this journey without a mentor. And sometimes, feminists ask me why some feminists are in separation and some pairings for 2, 3, maybe 4 years and some for like 8, 9. There it is. There are two factors. One is that masculine dedication within you. That's like, let's go, let's do this, let's work through this. What shadows are we working on? Having someone to hold you accountable, right, to your healing, to help you, to hold your hand, to hold space for you through this. That's number one. And number two is those moments of I want to quit. Those moments of I want to quit, I want to cut cords, you cannot imagine how it may prolong your separation, how it may prolong your journey. Being in that state of denial, and I oftentimes say this to you guys, right? I don't want him, I want a soulmate, I deserve to be happy. That's not coming from a place of soul. So if you really want to progress on this journey, you want to heal, you want to get better, be mindful of those moments. That's number one. And number two, get yourself a mentor. Your mentor will also be able to help you through these moments. Okay? Now, we have past life healing. Remember, we've mentioned this, that from the very beginning, that there is some karma, there is some past life healing. So maybe it's something that you should, consider tapping into. Again, there's variety of ways we can do that. You can go to someone who actually taps into past life. So on sessions, if you come like sessions with me like a shadow worker, I might get visions, I might get I might hear, right, specific lifetimes, and I may see that, but I don't do like a full-on hypnosis to take you there for you to actually see that. So it depends what you resonate with. It depends how you wanna go through this. You may do meditations on your own. I always recommend Michael Armstrong. He's truly amazing. He has some meditations, pre-recorded meditations that you can purchase from his website. I'm not sure whether he's available at this point for live sessions anymore. But he follows the teachings of Dr. Michael Newton, right? So revolutionarily in terms of past life healing and past life regression and hypnosis. So that may be something that you may want to consider, right? To better understand, because I find that it also gives us perspective, right? We really, it's like we believe that there are past lifetimes, so we believe this and that, but until we actually feel it in our core, until we actually tap into that life till that point that you start really remembering, feeling it in your body, crying, having visions, you're always going to be stuck in this lifetime, and you're not going to have a full visual. There's one episode, I have a Divine Feminine Masterclass available free on my YouTube. Link is in my bio. You can go to my YouTube, find a playlist, Divine Feminine Masterclass, and there's an episode about past lives and how it actually works, so you can understand that better. But it may be some woundings that go beyond, it may be some karma that goes beyond, so it may be good for you to really explore that. And true twinnies, my universal truth, I don't know how could you achieve inner union and ultimately union with your twin if you feminine, right, because it's our job, you wouldn't have went through a soul recall process, right? Because all the past lifetimes that we lived, it's not something that you can do in the beginning. It's too soon for you, this collective. Trust me, right? Certain things are too intense of an experience for us to be able to handle that. But ultimately, as you're healed enough and ready enough, I feel that every feminine will have to, one way or another, go through that soul recall process, because every past life that we live, if it's very traumatic, with or without our twin, if it's very traumatic, a fragment, energetic fragment of our being, of our soul, spirit, is left and sort of stuck in that trauma of that past life. So as you heal, however you do it, whatever, if you prefer to work with a shadow worker on that, if you prefer to work with an actual someone who does regression, many feminines remember on their own, as sometimes it needs that one unlocking session of past life, and that things start to come to your mind and you're having visions, right? But you have to go through that process, because this life is not just to heal this life, it's to heal everything that happened, right? And it really gives you a perspective. We have worthiness trauma as well. I'm going to read through this. Worthiness wound is not healed through finding people who deem us worthy or achieving any external gain or goal, but by understanding that our worthiness is not dependent on anything external and physical. Release who you were told to be. It's important for this collective because right now you don't feel your worthiness. You don't feel you're worthy of someone committing to you. Love or not love, twin flame or not twin flame, you are agreeing for breadcrumbs from hands of a man that has right now no intention to give you anything more. And it comes down to your worthiness. And every time he goes, every time he leaves, no matter how much you want to, deny it, you go and to a place of, what did I do wrong? What did I say? How did I trigger him? I'm trying so hard. Why won't he just love me? Is the worthiness trauma. You don't fully believe that you're worth of, and it's part of that journey to reach that moment when, even when they start returning, if they're not offering anything tangible, it's always going to be a no, because now at the end of this journey you understand that you worth the worlds. A man who is not able to express a willingness to commit and dedicate him to yourself with devotion and intention, it's not worth like 5 minutes of your time. That's true divine feminine. They're like sort of a base wounds that you still, that this collective, you wouldn't have been long on this journey. Well, you're an in and out stage, so 6 months to 2 years since you've met this person, maximum. And we have father wound. We have father wound. Let's face it, most feminines, we do have father wound, right? I always say this to you guys, its spectrum may be different, but most people have mother and father wound, because you would have to have divine feminine, divine masculine father mother not to have father mother wound. It can be mild for some, but for most feminines, we do have strong father wound. This is why we have this, the worthiness. This is why no one taught us how a man is supposed to treat a woman, because all we knew from childhood, from our own fathers, was humiliation, abuse, chauvinism, distorted masculine, lack of equality, lack of respect towards women and what women represent, who women are, what they bring to the table. Most of us have very distorted fathers. This is why we allow, it's the father in your life who's supposed to teach you, especially important for women, how a man should treat you. For treating you like his little princess. And I'm hearing that the father wound for you may go beyond that life. We have throat chakra here as well, so that may also be a reason you don't have a voice. Your voice will taken away from you. I feel, again, you will know who you gravitate towards. If you feel ready for a mentor, ask your guides to show you, to give you a sign. Show me someone, right? Give me a sign. You can ask for a specific sign. Is it this lady? Confirmation. Is it a different lady? But I feel you, this collective, you really need strong, divine, feminine who remember who she is to help you remember. I just want to do like quickly a few cards. What else is coming? Just to confirm. King of Cups, throat chakra. We have that Three of Swords again. It ain't gonna be easy. It ain't gonna be easy. One more. And we have that 8 again. Maybe you were born on the 8th, or something happened 8th of the 8th, or maybe number 8 is important. Okay, we have that King of Cups that's on top of that mentor. I feel like you do need someone who is mature, right? And again, it's not an uncommon thing that us divine feminists on this journey, we don't even have a single friend to talk to, because people usually think that we're crazy. If you have one friend that doesn't really think that you're crazy and you can talk to them about this, you're lucky. But still, they're not going to have, the knowledge and the expertise, so it's going to just be difficult. In the end, they might not think you're crazy, but they're always going to look at you a little bit weird, right? Especially as the years go by and, in separation, and people don't fully understand this, right? So I feel you need someone with emotional maturity to help you navigate this journey. So really, this collective, consider this. It's a sign from your guides. Again, whoever you navigate towards, oftentimes we navigate towards someone that the craft somehow speaks to us. So you may, I do cards, I do energy work as well, but you may resonate with someone who's more of a coach. You may resonate with someone who is more of a shaman. We're all shamans, truly. Shamanism is just a bridge, my universal truth. All divine feminists are shamans, because being a shaman is being a bridge between worlds, and that's what we do. The craft doesn't matter. So ask for signs and really consider working with someone that will hold space for you, and you will accelerate so much faster on this journey. I feel like you would find yourself, that throat block is important. I feel because of that father wound, because of that throat block, I feel like maybe you're noticing as well when you are with your masculine that you cannot, it happens to us often. It's like, in our true authentic self, we're very charismatic. Most 20s are, we have that, right? But it's like you're with him and you cannot speak. You cannot speak your truth. It's like you're terrified. Your heart is already broken. When you cannot, I talk about this all the time. You cannot be intimidated by your partner. You cannot feel like you're not going to say things because you're walking on eggshells, because he's going to get upset and he's going to break your heart again because of something that you did or you said, especially if you don't have bad intentions. We have Two of Pentacles on top of that past life healing. I take it as a confirmation. There's something that needs to be balanced. I feel, again, we all have different journeys. Watch that episode that I told you about past lifetimes. Maybe some things already will start to, right? But we have different journeys, all 20s. We are different, right? So we've been through more or less lifetimes. Yes, we're all old souls, but some of us may not have had such traumatic lives in the past, so traumatic lives with your twin, but some of us really went through incredible trauma. And I feel like for this collective, there's a reason that it's been coming through. It's going to be important to really balance what happened in the past, what really happened in previous lifetimes. It's all happening in the same time. That's why it's so important to do that recall, right? We have the Magician, that's on top of that worthiness trauma. I feel like in that eclipse, they will really show you very strongly that you are lacking that worthiness, that you have to find your power, that you have to claim your power. I feel like that's going to be very important for this collective. This is why it came to my mind that you have to find yourself a divine feminine who really owns her power, a really strong divine feminine to teach you that. Femininity is about strength. We're incredibly strong. We're the creator force in this life, creative force. We've forgotten about this through generation of patriarchy, of distorted masculine system, of us being programmed. I've posted about this on Instagram recently. It's like both men and women are programmed to hate women from childhood. Don't be a wuss. Don't cry. Don't be a girl. We are the strength. And it's the men who feared us, made us believe that we're not. We're the creative force of the freaking universe. We carry the portal to the spirit realm, to quantum field within us, our womb. We're force and power not to be stopped. That's why the repression, I'm getting chills. I feel like you've been through this. You have to reclaim your power, this collective. Twin flame or not, you deserve respect. And just like he reminded you of that because it was destined for you, you will one day remind him how to be true divine masculine. The stronger the feminine, the stronger the masculine will be, because they are our containers to hold us. Not like anything can hold us, but you know what I mean. And that father wound. 8 of Cups, you have to move away from that. You have to heal that. Focus on that. Focus on that. There's a lot for this collective. There's a lot. I would say start from these two. So father wound, connect to a mentor. Find yourself a mentor that will help you to have like a clear path, right? And you will work through all these things either way. And father wound. Address the father wound. I'm hearing that some of you may have had a very toxic father. Maybe you're still in touch with that father. Maybe that's something that you truly need to walk away from. It's conditioning of this world. The fact that someone is our biological parent, it doesn't mean that we're forced to be in touch with them till the end of our days. Sometimes part of healing is just to closing that chapter. And if the abuse, if the humiliation was too much and there's no opportunity to change, we have to forgive our fathers. We have to give them love. We have to close that karmic contract and walk away. I don't want you in my life because you will never change, and I love myself too much right now to allow this in my life, and it's absolutely okay. It's the conditioning that forbids us from doing that. I feel like it may be a case for some of you. All right, it's been incredibly long reading, incredibly challenging one, but I truly hope it was helpful. You know what to do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. As always, like, follow, share if you do feel guided to sign up for a session with me. Link is in my bio. You can do that through my calendar directly. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me as well. I love you so incredibly much. You got this. You got this. Your higher self, your oversoul would not choose this life for you now, a life of activation, if she didn't feel that you got this.